A few years ago, we had a conversation about British stereotypes and whether we thought they were true or false. We talked about the royal family, having cups of tea, and having a full English breakfast every day. In this video, we're going to continue talking about that topic, but I'm going to ask you some different questions. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Is it true that English food is bland?
I think it depends what country the person comes from. If you come from a culture where you eat a lot of spicy food or aromatic food, then you come to England and you would have fish and chips, for example, and didn't have salt and vinegar on them, then yeah, that would taste bland. Or if you had bread and butter without any particular fillings in your sandwich, then that could be said to be bland. But I think that in general, no, I don't think it's bland.
I think that people look at British food and say it's all very beige. Sandwiches, pies, sausage rolls.
Maybe that's true, but that's traditional. And I think that now people would put curry sauce on their chips. So, that wouldn't be bland. And people are getting more into cooking and having different food from all over the world. But I think traditional English food could be said to be bland.
Do you think that English people are very polite?
It depends where you go. Different parts of the country are more polite than others, and it also depends on the age of the people. If you go to a small village where they're mainly elderly people, then yeah, it's very, very polite. If you were going to watch a football match, then maybe not so polite. But in my experience from the past 3 years, I would say that people are more polite than I thought they were. Because on the news, on social media and newspapers, you get the impression that people aren't so polite. But in reality, I find that people are. And in shops and restaurants, etc., now they seem to have a code of practice where the staff are more polite than they used to be, because people are giving ratings and giving their opinions online. So I think it's become more important in restaurants, etc., for the staff to be polite to the customers because of the reviews that are online.
And do you think that English people say sorry a lot?
Yes, they do. Some people do. I find that in a busy shop or supermarket, I'll say sorry quite a lot. And I'll bump into someone and I'll say sorry, even if it's their fault. They bumped into me and I'll say sorry. We'll both say sorry. So I think that is a true stereotype.
And do you think that it's true that English people are obsessed with football?
I think it used to be true, but now I'm hearing about people who don't have any interest in football, which I think is quite unusual because my family have always been interested in football and football scores is what you talked about. But there are more and more people that I'm coming across who have no interest in football, no interest at all. So it seems quite strange to me.
Do you think it's because the football teams aren't very good now?
I think when we were younger, when you grew up, you had a pride of where you came from. So you supported your local team. Even if you didn't go and watch them, you were aware of the score and who the next match was against. Certainly in our family anyway. But now people don't seem to have the interest in their home team. I think a certain sector are very keen on football, but there are a lot of people have no interest in it now at all. Whether the clubs are good or bad, they don't like sport, a lot of people.
And is it true that English people are passionate about pubs and drinking socially?
Again, I think some people are and some people aren't. It's quite a generalisation that we all go to pubs. But when you look at the cost of having a drink, it's quite high. So it's cheaper to have beers at home or any alcohol at home you buy it from the supermarket and you drink it at home. But then again, a lot of people love going to the pub, and it's a great place for socialising with friends or meeting new people or watching sport on TV. So there's quite a divide, though we very rarely go to a pub, maybe once a year, or maybe not even that. But other people will go every weekend. But for us, it seems a bit of a waste of money. But other people love the social aspect of it. And in the summer, if the weather's good, then you see big families sat outside in the gardens at the pub, and the pubs are full. So it really does depend on different people. You can't generalise that all English people love the pubs.
Do you think it's true that English people use sarcasm a lot in daily conversation?
Yes, I think that a certain age group do. Maybe people aged 50 and over do. And it's what we were brought up with. It was the comedy that we saw on television. And it's natural to us. That's what I think. And I know that a lot of other nationalities don't understand the British humour. I think it's quite unique. There is a lot of sarcasm in the British humour, but not everybody uses it because it can offend people. There are some people who don't understand that it's sarcasm and they could be offended. So in some situations you have to be careful what you say to people. But within a family setting, sarcasm is used all the time.
And the last question is, do you think it's true that English people always follow the rules?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think, like with any culture, if people can get away with not following the rules, then they'll do it. There are certain people who will say they always follow the rules, but I don't think it's possible to follow every rule, keep to every speed limit, and people will try to get away with it when they can.
Because I think that people think about English people queuing all the time and that sort of rules.
Yeah, but that's a culture thing. We've been brought up with queuing, and that's the way we do it. That in shops, for the bank machines, or
For a bus.
For a plane, we stand in line. We will queue, and we think it's really bad if someone jumps in front of us in the queue. But we've all been brought up like that, a certain age group anyway. But even people with young children, they'll try to get the children to stay in the queue and learn to queue. For us, it's a normal way of living.
If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like and comment what stereotypes you think are true about your own country. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.